good afternoon, good night. How you doing? This is MCM and you're listening to You're Probably Right. Today we are going to have a serious conversation. Well, maybe not a serious conversation, but there's going to be a serious talk happening here. Now, of course, I'm only doing the talking, but just stay tuned. I can't seem to help. It's like you cast a spell. I'll keep loving you. You don't love me too. But I won't cry. I'll just sing a lullaby. You moved on already. I know I gotta stay strong. You said that you'd love me forever, but I guess that's gone. And I can't seem to hide all this pain that I feel inside. But that's okay, I'll just sing a lullaby. Listen, I can't seem to help. No, oh, it's like you cast a spell. Can't believe we're through. You win and you lose. But I won't cry, I'll just sing a lullaby. Listen. You moved on already, and I know I gotta stay strong. You said that you love me forever, but I guess that's gone. And I can't seem to hide all this pain that I feel inside. But that's okay, I'll sing a lullaby. Yo, how you doing? It's MCM. I am back again. You are back again. Thanks for coming out. All right, let me just find some stuff here. Remember, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You're not going to get everything you need from this one, so laugh along, hang out with me. Remember, I'm here and you're here, and that's all that matters. I'm talking to you. Cool? Cool. But if you're mad at me for whatever reason, because of my late podcast episode or whatever, listen in. You might like this one or might not. So maybe not, whatever. I'd like to shout out my first time, last time, fair weather friends, everybody in between, enemies, loved ones, looky-loos, and whoever else was told to come in here and check it out. All right. This episode is called, I know that was a weird intro, but whatever. You already had an intro. This is just me now, okay? So just relax. Cool. All right. This episode number is 206. Why we want what pulls away. The psychology of scarcity, flirtation, and the chase. Cool, right? All right. Actually, you know what? We're going to stop right here and I'm going to throw on a song for you. I never do this kind of stuff really that often, so let me do it. Let me just stop this and here comes a song. Check it out. Thought I'd find a way. Thought I'd find a way out, but you never go away. mind, always on my headspace, but I know someday I'll make it out of here, even if it takes all night or 100 years. Need a place to hide, but I can't find one near. Wanna feel alive outside. I can't fight my feet. Isn't it lovely all alone? I'm in a glass, my mind of stone. Tear me to pieces, skin and bone. Hello, welcome home. All right, here we go. So, understand that this podcast is, as I said, for entertainment purposes only, just for fun. I'm on this new thing. It's called just being straight up. And, you got to be careful, because sometimes you think you're being straight up and everything crumbling down, crashes in your face. So, I like for art to imitate reality. And sometimes it goes the other way. And, sometimes the various situations that I've seen or go through, whatever it is, I like to pod about it, I believe these kind of podcasts are evergreen and will probably be useful for somebody even after I'm gone. So here I am. Sorry, I'm stretching. Okay. Anyhow, as I said before, thank you for coming out. This is episode 206. Kind of cool. And it's not just 206, right? It's episode 206. Actually, it's 212, I think, or 211, but who's counting, right? I just erased a few, but I think they're probably still lingering around, ready to... Anyways, check it out. Ever been in a situation where the moment someone pulls away, you're interested in them? And you're like, wait a second, I just push this person to the curb. Now why all of a sudden do I care what they're doing or what they're up to? It's kind of strange, but it is what it is. Hold on, let me just make this bigger so I don't have to strain, because I ain't got my glasses on. I usually don't use my glasses anyways when I could make the screen bigger. Oh gosh, it went huge. Okay, hold on, man, hold on. We'll get a sip of sweet tea or something. Okay, maybe you were barely paying attention before, but now that they've disappeared or they've gone quiet, you're checking your phone every 5 minutes wondering, what changed? What did I do? Or who are they hanging out with or spending their time with now? This isn't just in your head, it's psychology at work. We chase what runs, We want what's scarce, limited editions, and we fight for what seems just out of reach. Today, we're breaking down why this happens, why some people use this to manipulate others, and how you can protect yourself from chasing something that isn't actually good for you or even available. From playing hard to get to the phenomenon of people wanting their ex back only when they move on, this episode is going to explain it all. So, as Jamie Foxx said, buckle up. You're in the game. Whatever, something like that. Wonder why he did those MGM betting casino. Like, you figure that actors make so much money, why do they need to be in every space now, including athletes? Just a little rant here, people. But these people, they've made 88 million a year, 50 million a year, 40 million a year, 3 million a year, 5 million a year, and they still have to invade this space. Now, I know Many of them, when it comes to sports, they want to be able to control their narrative. But most of the people who have the podcast narratives are already been whatever. And they're not even talking about old times, really. They're just judging the new characters. I mean, the new athletes. It's strange. Anyway, let's get back to it. Scarcity affects the allure of, well, scarcity effect. Anyway, I guess it's just called scarcity effect. I should just say the allure of rarity. Let's start with the most obvious psychological trick that gets people hooked: scarcity. Humans instinctively place more value on things that are rare or slipping away. It's why limited edition sneakers sell out instantly, right? Fights for the Jordans back in the day. Why, the last slice of pizza always looks more appealing, and why someone you weren't that interested in suddenly seems amazing when they start ignoring you. Weird, right? How it works. If someone's attention is freely available 24/7, we take it for granted. But if they suddenly start pulling away, our brain registers the shift as scarcity, and we start craving their presence. Research shows that people rate scarce objects as more desirable, right? Back in the day, you wouldn't even see Mercedes commercials on TV. When Teslas came out, the commercials weren't on TV. A lot of these companies, Celine, some people still don't know about Celine or Mike Amari. They're just out there, right? And then you'll see them on a music video, and then people will slowly start buying them, or some people have been buying them, like MCM Worldwide, for a long time. And people say, what's that? I wish it was my brand. $700 for a belt. Come on. Anyhow, even when the object itself doesn't change, maybe it's not even that high quality or good looking, but the same thing applies to people. Real life example. You text someone, they reply instantly every time. You enjoy the conversation, but it's predictable. They're going to get back. Now imagine they start taking longer to respond or seem distracted. Suddenly, you feel the urge to win back their attention. Nothing changed except their availability. The mind game. This is why playing hard to get works, but it's also why toxic relationships thrive. The more unpredictable someone is with their affection, the more fight. The more fight that's going to happen, the more fight we try to earn their attention. How to beat this? Ask yourself, do I really like this person, or do I just hate losing their attention? Reactance theory, the forbidden fruit effect. Let's talk about something called reactance. It's the psychological resistance we feel when something is taken away from us, even if we didn't really want it or care about it before. Example, dating. Have you ever seen a guy who didn't care about a girl, but the moment she starts dating someone else, he suddenly realizes he always liked her and she was always the one? Reactance, right? This is the Romeo and Juliet effect. When parents forbid the relationship of the young couple, they fall in love even harder. Why? Because we hate being told we can't do or have something or be somewhere we want to be. Example, in work and social life. Imagine a boss tells you you're not allowed to work on this exciting new project. Suddenly, that project is all you care about. The danger now. Some people intentionally use reactance to manipulate. They make themselves unavailable just to trigger the chase, just to chase the instinct in you, just to chase something, right? That's barely out of reach, or you just had it. It's out of your grasp all of a sudden. So your automatic thing is to catch it back, right? Think about it. Think how many times something just pops out of your hand, and even before your mind can even say, hey, it's falling, you flinch to grab it back. It's just what we do. How to beat this? Ask yourself, do I want this person, or do I hate feeling rejected? Think about it. Social proof. Everyone wants someone else. right? That doesn't want them. Or everyone wants someone else. Everyone wants someone else. My goodness. Someone, it's like a tongue twister and it's not. Jeez. Everyone wants what someone else wants. My goodness. You imagine you having to say that 3 times? Anyhow, have you ever found someone more attractive after seeing other people flirt with them? That's social proof in action. If someone is being chased, our brain assumes they must be value and worth chasing. It's kind of like when you don't have a job. You ever noticed when you don't have a job, it's really, really hard to get a job. And when you have a job and you apply for other jobs, it's easier to get one because like the company's like, okay, well, if they're already over here and they're actually constantly working over there, they haven't been kicked out, they didn't rob the place or whatever it is, they're gainfully employed, but for whatever reason they're looking at us and they're already desired, they're already being used somewhere else, well, then maybe we have use for them. And then, it happens. But if you don't have anything, then good luck. It's harder, as everybody knows. So how this works, studies show people rate someone as more attractive if they're already in a relationship. Hence guys messing up and getting, into all kinds of mischief, right? Their wife starts neglecting them or whatever it is, or he starts neglecting her. And there's somebody waiting in the wings, right? Just waiting to snatch them up. Either way, I guess it works both ways. If a guy is standing alone at a bar, women might ignore him. But if 2 women are laughing at his jokes, suddenly he looks more appealing. It's more like, who's that guy? I remember this thing that I used to do back in the day. I used to very rarely go to clubs. But when I did, I hated standing. Like most of the time I would just go, right? So I hated standing in the line. So what my trick was, which is not really a trick, obviously, I would just curl up $20, depending on if it was a really good club, maybe $50 in the palm of my hand. I would say, yo, man, if I to the bouncer, of course, I'd say, yo, man, if you let me in straight up with no randomness, no pat down, whatever it is, just let me in the club really quickly in front of this whole big line. Will you let me in if I dap you up with a 50 or a 20 or whatever it is? Generally, I would say that it worked every single time. Yeah, it worked every single time. So I would curl it up and just bap. It works on 2 levels. He gets paid. I get in the club early. They're also wondering, why did the bouncer dap me up and give me a hug or whatever it is, or whatever we did, however we exchanged the money. Later on, when I'm inside the club, I look like somebody, even though I'm just like you. Strange, right? Or the time where, you get to park right in front of the place. Anyhow, whole bunch of little strategies. It's just the whole point is when you look like you got it, everybody wants it, right? So how this can trick you. You might think you like someone, but do you actually like them? Or are you just responding to their popularity, right? How to beat this? Ask yourself, do I like this person for them or because other people seem to like them, right? And you gotta really know this. I mean, there is a difference between you just going after something because it's there and because other people seem to like them, right? Or this person. Or is it that when you talk to this person, you have this magnetic attraction to them and you don't even know why, because maybe they're not even your type. Strange, right? Whatever it is. Intermittent, not fasting, reinforcement, the emotional slot, or the emotional slot machine. One of the biggest reasons people stay addicted to toxic relationships is intermittent reinforcement, the same system that makes casinos billions of dollars. How it works. If someone was always mean to you, you'd leave, right? If someone was always nice to you, you'd feel secure. But if someone switches between affection and coldness, your brain craves the next thing, the next reward. Real example. A guy is sweet and affectionate for a week, then suddenly he ignores you for 3 days. Just when you start moving on, he's back with the sweet text. That hot and cold cycle makes you more attached. It's weird, but it works. How to beat this? Recognize the pattern. If someone is inconsistent, they're probably manipulating your attachment. And people actually practice this stuff, like those guys who do game or whatever it's called, right? And all that negging and all that nonsense. Um, let's see. Sunk cost fallacy, the trap of emotional investment, right? We all fall for this. The more time and energy or emotion we invest in something, the harder it is to just say, who cares? For most of us, right? Unless we've been through something, we were able to just whip things off like nothing. How this affects dating. I can't leave. They've been in my life for so long. Or we've already been down a certain road that I don't go down with everybody else, so therefore I better stay, right? We've already gone through so much together. Or why this is dangerous anyways. Staying in a bad situation because of past investment only leads to more wasted time and more investment. How to beat this? Ask yourself, would I start this relationship today knowing everything I know now? And chances are you're probably going to say no. This is a very simple podcast today, guys. Just keeping it simple without all my yammering, right? Closing thoughts. Attraction isn't always about what's good for us. Sometimes our brain tricks us into chasing something just because it's slipping away. It's a reflex. Just because someone is scarce doesn't mean they're valuable. If someone pulls away, don't automatically chase them. Recognize when you're being emotionally manipulated. Final thoughts. Next time you find yourself obsessed with someone, right? There's a difference between attachment, desire, lust, love. There's a big difference with you just going after someone because of, and you don't even know why half the time, right? Well, not everybody, but it happens to people, right? Next time you find yourself obsessed with someone who isn't giving you the time of day, pause and ask yourself, are they really the best for you? Or is your brain just reacting to the chase, the drop? If you found this episode interesting, share it with someone, please. It's really short, really easy for those of you who don't like long-winded, more personal type episodes. Well, this one might be for them. Just quickly, boom, 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 right? In and out. All right. Please subscribe. Please rate us on Apple. Thank you very much for hanging out. Just a quick one. Boom, bang, bim. All right. Peace out. This has been a small but very impactful episode of You're Probably Right. I am MCM. Take care. Oh, yeah, before I go, remember, if you have any questions you want to ask or maybe you have a topic that you want me to talk about, you can email me at yprpodcast@gmail.com. Take care. Hey, come check out You're Probably Right podcast. Society is getting more unpredictable every day, but at the same time, predictable in its unpredictability. Say that 4 times real fast. Come with me as I attempt to find clarity in all the fog while staying way outside the box and kicking the box way down the road with my size 12 docs. I use the Bible, experience, education, fortune, misfortune, life's lessons, life's mistakes to sort through all the mess. I talk about news, God, God, self-help, sports, sickness, health, music, parenting, love, humbleness, hurt, pain, joy, and all the things that might make you say, I never thought of it that way. Hopefully, anyway. Also, I take a stab at answering tough and not so tough questions, and all the while, understand that, listen, sometimes you end up in the hot seat and there's no thermostat. Well, that's how it is here. And because there's no topic, very few topics off the table, Torontonians will understand that Doug Ford reference there. Hopefully the podcast will be helpful and uplifting. And hey, Maybe you'll find your own private Idaho here somewhere. Hope to see you soon.